Hey, what is going on, everybody? We're doing a little series here since I have to have a bunch of pre-recorded videos because I'm going out of town. Going over a team building guide and showcase series for all of the units currently featured on the Part 1 banners of the 8th anniversary. So if you're hopping into this video, I'm going to be doing a series of videos going over each banner unit other than the main featured ones and the new side banner units. So basically all of the additional Dokkan Fests that this is their repeat banner, maybe you're thinking about picking them up with coins, just things like that, and going over their details, what I think is good about them, teams that you can run them on, how I would run them, events they're good in, things like that. So this is going to kick it off right here with Gamma 1. We're going to go through, so we're going to go with Gamma 1, and then I'll do a Gamma 2 video later today, and then I'll have, then we'll go with like Cooler, and the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, and we'll just do back and forth on each banner each day. That way you can kind of get an idea of each unit on the banner, what their leader skill is, how to build around them, and what I think about each unit, and just go into them in depth, and then follow it up with a showcase as well. So these might be slightly longer videos, but, you know, I really want this to kind of help out new players a little bit, and players who maybe are struggling with team building, things like that, or, you know, they may have summoned, they didn't get the new unit, and they're wondering, what can I do now? That's kind of my goal with these videos, so first up, here we have Gamma 1. He leads movie heroes or artificial life forms, and then he gives an extra 30% boost to accelerated battle or worthy rivals. So, if you are on one of these and one of these, then you get a total boost of 200% to your leader skill stats, and you can mix and match. So if you're on, you have to be on one of these two, and if you're on one of these two and one of these two, then you get the extra boost. So that's how that works. So this Gamma 1 is very, very, very powerful and a very good unit. Still a top probably 5, definitely 10 TUR in the game. One of the reasons right here is this first line right here. Not so much the attack, but right here, he guards all attacks for 4 turns from the start of turn. That means that with this character, you will have 2 turns where he will be guarding. So even if you float him off, he should have that guard. So that's a very, very powerful ability. For 4 turns, he gets guard. And then he gets attack and defense 150% at the start of turn. He gets an additional 100% when attacking. I mean, that's all well and good. But right here on this next bullet point that I want to point out is right here. He builds up damage reduction and attack and defense with each attack received up to 50% damage reduction and 100% attack and defense. This is what makes him really, really good in conjunction with this, is that if you're able to get this built up early, you could have him guarding with 50% damage reduction, which is very powerful. He has built-in crits. Right down here, this is another very important bullet point. You'll notice here in a minute that this is an android character, so his links are kind of built around other android units, and specifically built around Gamma 2. So the fact that he has all allies, not just extreme, not just super, but all allies key +1, and defense plus 30% is very good to help him just kind of slide into any team, support, and bring a lot of value and just work well. So this is another very important point that I would like to point out. And then he also has a great chance. This is a 70% chance to nullify unarmed super attacks directed at this character. Offhand, I'm trying to think of one in the game. The STR Broly and Tech Broly in the you know, Broly Red Zone, the first 2 phases. I believe those are unarmed. Trying to think of another one offhand. Is the Metal Cooler Core, the first phase, the army, I think, isn't that unarmed? I don't remember offhand, but point being is that this is a nice little handy dandy tool that they gave him that is decently prevalent throughout some of the Red Zone stages, so you will see some use out of that. So things that I find special about Gamma 1, like I said, are just right here, the guard, right here, the damage reduction, and the support. That's what really, to me, makes him stand out as a fantastic special unit that, you know, really stands above other units in the game. His super attack effect is he raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Again, very good. You always, in super attack effects, if you see defense in here, Like, that's a good sign, so, especially on modern units. His link set down here, as I mentioned, is built around, other Android units. So Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, are all like Android units. But then you see he has like Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, and even still Red Ribbon Army, right, is a, like, this is kind of an Android link, but it's really, like, this is here for Gamma 2. It is a good effect. It does have a good effect, is the nice thing. But you can see he doesn't really have Saiyan links. This is the problem with a lot of characters in the game, is that if they don't have, like, I don't want to call it a standard link set, but if they don't have just, like, basically Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Super Saiyan, which are only on Saiyan characters, it can be kind of tough to run them with other characters, but that's where this having an extra key and 30% defense comes in and helps them just kind of slide onto a team and help. If you may not have seen it, because I'm not sure when I'm putting this video out, but I actually did my first run against Hayes Shinron, featured Gamma 1, and I decided to do it with a free-to-play team as well, led by Gamma 1, full of metal coolers, and he didn't link at all with them, but the run went just fine, just as a, you know, because he has this extra key that he gives, so. But yeah, Android Assault, Cold Judgment, Red Ribbon Army, you can see this gives, also, make sure that you're link leveling your units. You see Android Assault here only gives 10% defense at level 1, Cold Judgment is 20, Red Ribbon Army is 10% attack, but whenever you link level these up, you know, 2-key 20% defense is huge for Android Assault. From 10% defense to an extra 2-key, very powerful. Cold Judgment gets an extra 5% defense. Red Ribbon Army gets 10% defense. Shocking Speed gets 5% defense. Hero of Justice isn't really important, but I believe it gets crit chance, is what that gives you, which can come in handy. Signature Pose goes from 2-key to 3-key. Another very good link that you want to level up. And then Fierce Battle is just a little bit of extra attacks, so you can tell here that you want to get this guy link leveled. And if you look at his linking partner, Gamma 2, right, most of the time you're probably going to want to run these guys together, and they share 6 links. We can go ahead and pull this up. You can see they share everything except for Cold Judgment, so you will be generating a lot of power if you get this guy link leveled and next to Gamma 2. You're not really going to be running Dispo or Jiren. I guess you could run this unit, but I don't find myself running them very often. But right here, this 17 has Easy Aid. You know, you can run them on an Android setup. Same thing with Super 17. Super 17 wants to kind of be around other Extreme class units, though. But you can see, basically, that his linking partners are basically these Warriors of Justice characters and androids. Is really what you want to make sure that you have active is Android Assault. I would say, like, this is his #1 most important link. #2 probably being, I don't know, Shocking Speed. I would say those two are important. So as long as you can figure out a way to get those two active, or at least one of them, you're going to be doing fine. And obviously, if you can run them next to Gamma 2, you should, because they work well together, right? They're designed to be next to each other. And, you know, they kind of coexist, or not coexist, but this character works well with them as well, since he's also giving key support and defense support. So, I mean, that's just another bonus that they have going on. So, here are his teams: Androids, Movie Heroes, Artificial Life Forms, Defenders of Justice, Worthy Rivals, Accelerated Battle, Superheroes, and Special Pose. I would say with this Gamma 2, if you are running one of these teams and you have Gamma 1, Gamma 1. If you are running one of these teams and you have Gamma 1, you should definitely try to include him on the team. You know, he's probably going to be one of the best, if not the best unit on each of these categories. So, you know, just finding a spot for him on the team is not hard. You can run him as a floating, support, guarding, damage reduction character at the end of the day. That is one of the best things that you can ask for out of a Dokkan Fest. I cannot speak highly enough of this Gamma 1. So let's go ahead and start trying to look at some team building in-game now. We're going to go ahead and switch over. So right here, Gamma 1... right here, he leads. Let's pull it up again. You can run him as a leader, so let's run his team. Let's see, he's Movie Heroes, and Artificial Life Forms is his leader skill. So whenever we're looking at other characters that we want to run, it's really going to depend on what events we want to do. So Gamma 1 came out in, well, like last October, right? Whenever Red Zone was and is still the hardest content in the game. So there is not anything, like, there's no event in the game that can really stop this guy, so it's really just a matter of what other units do you want around him? You know, what event are you going into? What do you need around him? In this showcase, we're going to hop into a red zone stage because I kind of want to show each of these characters in, like, their ideal scenario or, like, their intended usage. So, like, for instance, I'm not going to take the GT Super Saiyan Goku whenever I do his video. I'm not going to take him into... I'm not going to take him into, like, the Metal Cooler Core, right? Like, I don't expect him to perform well in there, and he's not designed for that. He came out whenever the God event was a powerful event in the game, so that's kind of the events that I'm looking for is, you know, what were these guys intended to be used in? So obviously, first up, we do want to bring Gamma 2. If you have Gamma 2, you want to bring Gamma 2. But if you don't, I would say one of your next best options is... right down here, the MVP 17 that we talked about. Let's go ahead and grab him and put him on the team. Oh wait, no, he's not an artificial life form, so you can't actually put him on the team. So after that, I would say I actually like to grab Android 8. But if you're going to grab Android 8, he needs a Kid Goku, so we need to grab Kid Goku as well. If you don't have Kid Goku, you're going to be kind of in a tight spot because this Android 8 needs that Goku for the extra damage reduction. What does he get? He gets the extra 30% damage reduction when there's a Goku on the turn. You really do, and an 80% attack and defense, right? So you really need a Kid Goku next to this guy to really make him work. Another character that you can bring is the LR Ultimate Gohan. May seem a little odd to bring him. You know, he is a Saiyan, but he does have shocking speed, which is good, and fierce battles. So, like I said, if you can just get one of his 2 Android links active for Gamma 1, you're doing well. We could also bring God Goku and run a rotation of God Goku and Ultimate Gohan, and they would be able to work well together. I think for this video, what we're going to do is run Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 as a rotation, and then Android 8 and Kid Goku as a rotation. And so now what I want to do, now that I've kind of established my rotations, I know I'm going to be floating the other Gamma 1, which will be fine, like I mentioned. We'll get to see one that's sitting on rotation and one that's floating, and we'll get to see kind of how he can fulfill 2 different roles, you know, a slot 1 unit and a floater, while also providing support and key to the rotation. And then we'll also get to see him in his lockdown slot 1 role, which I think will be very good. So now at this point, we really just want to find 2 support units that can help us out here. So I'm going to bring this STR Piccolo. He came out last year during the Worldwide Celebration. I never put equips on this guy, that's crazy. But he came out last year during the Worldwide Celebration. He was part of Cooler's banner, and he actually works well on a Movie Heroes team. If we go ahead and take a look at his passive here, he gets an additional 15% damage reduction other than himself, per ally other than himself who is a movie hero. You can see that kind of on like the 4th line, 5th line, somewhere in there. And then he's also just a super class ally support, so it's always good to just have nice floating support units that you don't have to worry about. So bringing him is a, you know, natural choice. And then now we just need 1 more unit, and, you know, we are just kind of building a movie hero setup here at this point, so let's just kind of lean into that and see if there's any other movie heroes. And we do have this Vegeta right here, who is also a support unit who guards, and is pretty self-sufficient and can work fine, I think, as a floater. So I think bringing him would be okay. So let's kind of slot him in there tentatively and just make sure there's nobody else we want to run. Right here, if we were going up against a movie boss, I would say bringing this Tech God Goku would be a really good choice after his EZA, because he has Rainbow Orb changing and the 77% damage reduction against movie bosses. Anytime you're going up against a movie boss or pure Saiyan, you should absolutely find a place for this guy on your team if you can. Which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to run a movie boss stage, so actually bringing him will be great. So then our 3 floaters will be Gamma 1, the Friend, who is a support unit, right? He's giving 1 key and 30% defense. We will have this Piccolo right here, the movie Piccolo, who will also be giving 2 key and 30% defense, and what is it, 30% attack as well. When does he give 30% attack? If I can click on it. Super class allies when there's an extreme class enemy, so he will also be giving that because we're going to be going up a movie boss. And then we are also going to bring this Goku right here, who will be creating Rainbow Orbs, which is always nice. Rainbow Orbs is kind of like giving key support to an extent. and he will also have 77% damage reduction. So I don't really anticipate having any issues with this team. We're going to go ahead and cut and come back whenever we are actually in the event ready to go. So catch you guys. Thanks for, hanging out through the tutorial portion. Let's get to the actual showcase now. All right, we're hopping into the event here. We're going up against the Metal Cooler stage, so this is where we're going to be fighting the Robot and then Metal Cooler, who will be AGL. I figured this will be a good spot to showcase Gamma 1, since he is a STR unit, and the core is, or not the core, the actual Metal Cooler is AGL. I figured this would be a good spot to show him off. So we're going to start by putting Piccolo here in slot 1. And, we're going to wait. We're going to leave Kid Goku on rotation because Android 8 is in our 7th slot. So we'll get him here with Kid Goku on turn 3. And then God Goku we can float. And he's not going to take too many hits. It's a little spooky right now because this robot is actually not a movie boss enemy. So God Goku does not have his extra 77% damage reduction. We are running, like I said, the Gamma 1 as a leader. We are running the exact team that we built. Just because I figure if 200% leads, I feel like, are the characters that you want to be building around right now whenever you're team building. So if you pull a 200% lead, I want to show you like a team that you could build should you decide to summon around them, pick banners that have featured units that go on their team and really build around that unit. I want to show you guys kind of what you can build. The nice thing about Gamma 1, though, is that he's very versatile. So if you don't want to run his team, if you want to run a more powerful superhero or like movie hero team, you can. And if Gamma 1 fits on the team, I think it's a great choice to include him. So that is a nice versatility of Gamma 1. But let's go ahead and get started. That way we can get over there and see what he can actually do. This Kid Goku, we want to get 7 orbs. That way he can get some extra damage reduction support to all allies. And then we want to get as many rainbow orbs with this, or just orbs in general for this Goku as we can at the end. That way he can have higher stats. So we're going to have the intros play as well. That way you guys can see those animations after we get through this. So that's nice that Piccolo got supered. Debuff is kind of lame, but at least it prevents us from getting supered on our 2 weaker characters in this rotation. Alright. Here we go. There's Kid Goku super attacking. Yeah, he'll be a lot better once we get Android 8 next to him. It'll get all of his Dragon Ball Saga links active, and he gets a unit super with that Android 8, so we actually got, these are actually the first rotations I got whenever I hopped into the battle. We got perfect opening rotations. I was very, very happy about that. So we should be wrapping up the robot here. Well, we're wrapping up the first stage here. We're going to... I don't think I mentioned this. What I was saying is we were wrapping up that first turn against the robot, moving into the intros is what I was getting at. But I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning, but the website that I had pulled up was the T6 Dokkan Wiki. It's dokkan.wiki. That's where I was. And down at the bottom, they have that linking partner section. So if you're ever not sure about like how to go about building a team or what units to use, go check that out. That'll at least give you a kind of a decent starting point as to like who they link with, right? Because sometimes that can just be a daunting challenge. Sadly, it's just going to give you a list of all the characters that they link with. It's not really going to give you like a tier list. So just because they link well with them, like Dispo's 3rd on that list, I would not bring Dispo into anything like modern. So it takes a little bit of trial and error and just knowing the game to know which units are good and which ones are bad at this point. But you get the hang of it eventually. That's just one of those things that comes with time. An important thing is knowing, where to start. And I feel like that's what the goal of this is here. So Gamma 1 is going to take several attacks in the beginning. You can see here we have 6 out of 7 links active. His defense is almost 300k. I guess real quick, let's show the equips that I have on him. I just got him rainbowed, so I haven't put a gold equip on him yet, but I will do that eventually. But yeah, there we go. He needs to get hit 5 times, I believe, to build up his passive. And it looks like we're going to get most of that on this turn. So let's go ahead. No more foreplay. Let's get started, right? So there's 1 hit. Okay, so we dodged the second one. So we have 3 hits in out of 5. And he launches a 9.34 million attack stat with a guard and 30% damage reduction. I think the robot's out of here. Alright, so now we have Gamma 2 following up. The only thing bad about Gamma 1 doing so much damage there is Gamma 2 also needs the super attack in order to build up, and we really do want him built up going into the core. Now, I think the Metal Cooler here does a Ki Blast super attack, so we can nullify that with Gamma 2. We'll get into that whenever we do Gamma 2's video. I haven't decided where I'm going to take him yet. Wow, Gamma 2 looked great on this rotation. We got 3 attacks. Very nice. Normally, Gamma 2 doesn't look this good for me. I'm happy he's showing out for the Gamma 1 showcase. You know, he's making his bro happy with the KO screen there. Look at that. Nice, nice. All right, we are up against Metal Cooler now. What we're going to do is float off Piccolo. We have this rotation right here. We just want to make sure that Goku can get his Ki Spheres that he needs. As you can see, they have several links active now, so we are doing a lot better. Android 8 will be able to hold down slot 1 for us. He has a ton of damage reduction and just got a lot more from Kid Goku's support from getting that many orbs. And then Piccolo here is also giving support to the whole rotation, so I'm not too concerned about what's going on here. That first attack could have done a little bit of damage to us, but now that we got that first hit in, we're pretty good. Android 8 also gets more damage reduction once you get to turn 5. I think he gets an additional 50%. So next rotation, whenever we get him, this rotation will pretty much be untouchable. Kid Goku will be the weakest link, honestly, on the rotation. And that's pretty good if you ask me, because Kid Goku is very solid. He also came out at the same time pretty much as the Gammas. They all came out in that last month there of the year. You know, we got the Gammas and Kid Goku all around the same time. Just absolutely incredible units there. Look at that. Triple super attack, 8 to 9 to 10 million attack stack. Very, very good unit. I love this Kid Goku. Anytime I get a chance to run him and really show him off, I take the chance, you know. So here we go. We are going to be moving into the next turn with the Gammas and God Goku. God Goku's going to create some rainbow orbs for us. So, you know, even though we're already like starting at max Ki, if we needed Ki on this rotation, God Goku created all these rainbow Ki Spheres for us. So we can go ahead and grab these STR orbs, and that's going to heal us up a little bit. I guess really it was only 2 STR Ki Spheres, and then everything else was rainbow, right? But so here we go. Gamma 1. He got hit last time. He got hit 3 times last time. So he is at 30% damage reduction with guard and 400k defense. That is very good. So let's go ahead. He's going to get his last couple build-ups here, unless he dodges, which I guess he could. Let's get Gamma 2 some orbs. Gamma 2 is at, I forgot to look at him. He's at 490k defense. That's good. He can nullify if Cooler was to super attack him. That like giant ball that he does is a Ki Blast super attack, and Gamma 2 has a 50% chance to nullify that. So, you know, go ahead and try it. Okay, well he did it against Gamma 1, but this isn't going to do anything to us. Yeah, 142k. That's not bad. We are fully built up now. He's at 10.7 million. Very good. Let's see. Does he get the crit? I think he has a medium chance to crit, right? He did not get that, but that's okay. Again, he's just holding down slot 1 for us. Here's Gamma 2 with an 8.1 million attack stat. He can do like 5 attacks or something on this turn. Like something ridiculous, right? Like that, right? So there's 1. Here's 2. At a 9 million now. You can definitely see, right, that you get these guys next to each other, and they are just a power duo. So they you know, they kind of do a cruel trick to you and separate them between the banners. Yeah, look at Gamma 2 go. But you get them together. If you happen to pull them, or you know, you pull one of them and you get the other one with coins, this is what you have access to. The amount of damage that we just did on this turn was ridiculous. Oh wow, there's the Gamma 2. All right, man. Gamma 2 looked fantastic on this rotation. I actually wish that Cooler would have tried to super us here. Sadly, no crits. You know, Gamma 2 does build up a crit chance. I built my Gamma 2 full dodge, by the way. I'll get into that in his video. But yeah, I built him full dodge, and then Gamma 1, I gave mostly additional, and then some dodge and crit too. So let's go ahead and use Kid Goku's active skill here. We can just go ahead and skip it though. We don't need to actually watch it. So let's skip the active skill. Let's just go ahead and play it. This video is already long enough. We'll just get the extra damage. There we go. Keep in mind that Gamma 1 is supporting the rotation. He's giving 1 Ki and 30% defense. So again, just things to keep in mind. Okay, so I really want to save these for Goku, but I also want to heal. So, what do I want to do? I guess I could do this, because since we use Kid Goku's active skill, that actually activates his passive, so whenever we collect these orbs, this is what his defense would be post-super. 500k defense with some damage reduction, so not bad. We'll leave him in slot 1. My Kid Goku has a full dodge build. I don't think he would sell us. I am going to go ahead and use an item. This isn't like a no-item run showcase or anything like that. This is just, you know, I want to show off this team and the units on this team. So just, you know, using a Senzu Bean is fine. To me, anyway. You know, if that upsets you, let me know. I won't use items, but it's going to be too late. By the time you can tell me it's too late, I've already recorded all of these, so... There we go. Alright, we're doing just fine. Let's see, this is going to be a nice turn for Android 8. Because he has a lot of his Android links active here, as well as his Dragon Ball Saga links. And it looks like we're going to finish this up with the Friend Gamma... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, it looks like we're going to finish it up with the Friend Gamma 1, getting a super attack. But unless they crit, we may not actually KO here. Okay, they crit and we still didn't KO. They're not built up very much, are they? Yep, they still have their guard, because they have the guard for 4 turns, so even though we floated them, they still had their guard right there. And now we're just going to wrap up the fight. So my Gamma 1 here no longer has the guard, but they are at 588k defense with the 50% damage reduction. What was Gamma 2 at here? 576, not bad. Again, Piccolo's giving support. Technically, Gamma 2 is giving... all 3 of these units are actually giving support on this rotation, so very, very good. Alright, Gamma 1 should finish it off here. 10 million attack stat. Dropped down a little bit because we lost out that extra 50% that he has for 4 turns. But, you know... Oh, looks like Gamma 2 is going to finish it. That's okay. We'll get Gamma 2's KO screen, and that's going to be it. So let me know what you guys think about Gamma 1. Did you pull him? Did this video help you out at all? I hope it did. That's kind of my intent here, was just kind of give you a guide if you're new or you're struggling with team building as to the type of team that you can build and the events that you can go in now that you have acquired that unit. So hopefully this helped you out. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Be on the lookout for more videos. And I'll catch you guys next time.